Texans offensive coordinator options. Oh my goodness. It feels good to actually say this because, ladies and gentlemen, the Houston Texans have fired Bobby Slowik. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of TheLead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. You won't find anybody with more passion speaking about your favorite Houston sports teams than this guy right here. Astros, Rockets, Texans. I try to do it all. So go down in the comment section. Let me know, how are y'all feeling about the news around Bobby Slowik being fired? And let me know any offensive coordinator options in the comment section. You know I'll reply, and I will reply it with my opinion specifically on how I think said OC could possibly do with the Texans. If not, they might be an option. Now, if anybody was watching my live stream earlier today, I was with John Crumpler and then later with Ruben. But specifically with John Crumpler, he had a short list of guys when it came to the offensive coordinator position. And the 5 guys on his short list ranked in order: Nick Caley, the current Rams, not OC, but tight ends coach; Chip Kelly, current offensive coordinator of the Ohio State Buckeyes, the national champions, by the way; quarterback coach from the Minnesota Vikings, Josh McCown; Clint Kubiak, unemployed currently because the Saints fired their staff, somebody that the Texans maybe want to look at; and then number 5, Mike LaFleur, former offensive coordinator for the New York Jets with Robert Saleh during the times. The Houston Texans have options. There are options out there. It isn't just dead. It isn't just done. Oh no, they fired Bobby. Now what are they going to do? No, guys. There are options out there, and I'm here to tell y'all that the options that were presented by John Crumpler, Mr. Dr. Crumpler, very good options, by the way. That is his short list. Let me go ahead and tell you my short list. And the 3, I'm going to just go with 3 guys that I would like the Houston Texans to take a look at: Clint Kubiak, Nick Caley, Chip Kelly. Those are the 3 guys that I'm going with. Those are my 3. I like Clint Kubiak a lot. I love what the last name brings. Obviously, some mystique into it because he is the son of Gary Kubiak. Yes, if you did not know that, he is the son of Gary Kubiak. He was with the San Francisco 49ers as well. He's been amongst many staffs too. He started his career at A&M as an assistant or scout, but he has 15 years of coaching experience, 11 of those years in the NFL. So he has the experience factor. He's been an offensive coordinator before. He did well with the New Orleans Saints before Derek Carr got injured and it derailed their season. It is what it is there. So Clint Kubiak has some success. And I think here in Houston with CJ Stroud, a Joe Mixon, a Nico Collins, a offensive line that obviously needs some improvement, but you got weapons here. You still need to add a few more, yes, but just on a surface, that's a pretty good offense to work with for any offensive coordinator. And I like Clint Kubiak. I like what he can bring here. And I think that is somebody the Houston Texans should be eyeing at. If anything, I think DeMeco Ryans, who already has a connection with Gary Kubiak, who has a connection with Clint Kubiak as well, this guy could be on the short list for DeMeco Ryans in the Houston Texans. The second guy I mentioned is Nick Caley. Now, someone that is a first-time play caller that immediately perks the ears up of Texans fans because I know y'all want somebody with more experience. Y'all want somebody that has been there, done that. I am looking for the best option available for the Houston Texans. I think Nick Caley presides himself as one of the best potential OCs out there right now in the NFL, and I think he can take that next step. Nick Caley has worked extensively with Sean McVay with the LA Rams. He's been a tight ends coach for the majority of his coaching career. He was also with the New England Patriots. In the New England Patriots, a time where Nick Caserio was there, interesting that not only is the New England Patriots, but he went to John Carroll University. And if nobody knows what John Carroll University means, John Carroll University means that Nick Caserio, who also went to John Carroll University, a guy that was known with New England Patriots hiring guys that resided in the same university and college, already is going to have some sort of direct correlation to the GM. Once Nick Caserio talks about him, D'Amico Ryans, who knows Sean McVay because he worked against him when he was with the San Francisco 49ers. And it's fine because Sean McVay is also a guy that worked with Bobby Slowik way back in the Washington, back then Redskins, now Commanders. Like, there is connections there with Nick Caley. Yes, he's a first-time play caller, but I think he can get the most out of this offense. And I think he's in line to be an offensive coordinator. The New York Jets can be an option as well for him. This is a growing hot commodity in the NFL is Nick Caley. And I think the Houston Texans could have themselves something special with that hire. And then my third one on the list is Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly is no longer with the Philadelphia Eagles. And no, ladies and gentlemen, he does not have roster control. Chip Kelly is an offensive coordinator for the Ohio State Buckeyes, has had a successful year offensively with them, had a successful year offensively with the UCLA Bruins, had successful years offensively with the Philadelphia Eagles as well. Like, at the end of the day, this guy knows his offense. He knows it works. The 49ers in his 1 year in 2016 had a really solid offense. And you're telling me you can add players like CJ Stroud, Joe Mixon, Nico Collins, a guy that knows concepts, a guy that knows how to adapt. And his experience alone ultimately is going to bring value to the offensive coordinator position for the Houston Texans. Direct correlation to D'Amico Ryans. D'Amico was coached underneath Chip Kelly from 2013 to 2015. Landry Locker pulled up a great clip from the introductory press conference of D'Amico Ryans where he talked about Chip Kelly specifically as influential. Like, for him to be a coach, Chip Kelly mentioned if you had to pick anybody within a decade to be a head coach, he picked D'Amico Ryans. Guys, there's a lot of tea leaves there because Chip Kelly, who was with the University of Oregon, by the way back when, Ryan Day was on that staff as a quarterbacks coach underneath Mark Helfrich, who was the offensive coordinator, underneath Chip Kelly, who was the head coach at the time. Ryan Day is currently Ohio State's head coach, the same head coach that was over CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud knows Ryan Day. CJ Stroud loves Ohio State. Ryan Day knows Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly knows Ryan Day. There's a connection between D'Amico and CJ Stroud that I think more people need to be talking about. And CJ Stroud ultimately is going to have a say in who he wants as the offensive coordinator because according to Jonathan Alexander, when it came to the decision on Bobby Slowik, and this is before he got fired, D'Amico Ryans was ultimately the heaviest of the decision makers when it came to whether or not Slowik was going to be gone. But he said that players will have a vote for Bobby Slowik. And one of the players he named was CJ Stroud. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, CJ Stroud has as much say as who he wants to be the offensive coordinator as much as anybody. Obviously, D'Amico is going to have the final say, but I think a lot of the arrows are pointing towards Chip Kelly, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. This Houston Texans team took themselves a step in the right direction going into 2025. It is not a shock that they fired Bobby Slowik. It is a shocker to me, though, and at the end of the day, I can't wait to see what this decision will be. It's going to be happening relatively soon. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for the notifications to turn on. You're not going to want to miss anything, man. The breaking news happens right here on this channel. We will be one of the first channels to have the news immediately. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.